Hello everybody, welcome back again to my channel. Thank you again for stopping by. Hope your guys' week is going fine, fabulous, fantastic. Today, as promised, I'll be going over how the King of Elfhame learned to hate stories. As I was talking a little bit about my last video, it's not really a long book at all. It was only 170 something pages. So I pretty much just spent the day reading it and I got through it in like no time. But I was also able to get the hardcover book, and the illustration and the drawings in there is actually really nice. So I think you guys will like it if you haven't already checked it out. With that being said, I'm just gonna go over kind of what it's about as usual. The illustrator that Holly Black picked was Rovina Kai. I really appreciate the beautiful artwork that is in here. It gives you a great idea of what Carden looks like, or what Jude looks like, or what they're supposed to look like. And I've seen these around the internet. Like when I go on Pinterest and I look up artwork, some of these illustrations are actually on there. I wasn't sure if it was just fan art. But look at it, it's Nicasia and this camera. It's Nicasia and Carden. Ugh. That's so cool. So this book is about Carden. It's all about Carden. It's all about his upbringing, his background, how he became the prince and being a cruel prince in the court, how Belkin came to be his like foster parent, kind of. The struggles that he went through, the former love, the crushes that he went through, why he has every right to hate. Not Valerian. What's his name? Well, anyway, the dude that decided to steal Nicasia from him. But really, they were only together for like an alliance, to be honest. So, anyways, drama as usual. But they like cheated on each other. It was bad. So the book pretty much starts off with Jude and Carden going back to the mortal world to take care of some lower court business, which in the end, Carden's like, we're never doing that again. That's not even our place to be going and jumping into that mess like that. So we're not doing that ever again. Fair enough, because he almost dies, him not really knowing how to wield a sword very well until Jude comes to like save him. But there may be some spoilers. Carden, as a little boy, would pretty much sleep in the stables because he was being horribly neglected. Yo. And then this ogre woman right here. Wow, this camera, I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry. This ogre woman right here ended up meeting him and telling him a tale. But every time he runs into this ogre woman again and again, she keeps retelling it in a different way. Just like slight variations as he is growing into a man. And he's kind of learning some manners. You see that he does go out of his way to help this woman because she like is older, she's carrying like heavy stuff. Like that is in the book, and I thought that showed, maturity in his character and probably him having a little bit more respect for her. Just a little bit, just a little bit. You see his alliances with his friends, how that came to be, again, how him and Nicasia, like their little love story there for a little bit. He ended up seeing what it was like to live underwater, and their whole thing was like, yo, we can be the prince and princess of the land and sea, or you can come and live with me down in the sea and we can rule for all of eternity. And yeah, he went down there. He didn't like it very much because if you guys remember what it was like for Jude, it's the same thing for him because he's like a land doer. The trying to breathe underwater is not easy at all. Like he thought he was gonna drown. He could barely breathe. So he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. And yeah, it ended up not working out anyways. To each their own. It shows when he started, seeing Jude and her sister, why he did some of the things he did, why he was just awful at times. He would party a lot, he would drink a lot, he would have people over all the time, because this is during the time where he was under Belkin's rule, his older brothers, because sadly nobody else in the court cared for him. Like, his brothers or sisters didn't want to take him in. Nobody, not even his own mom. So that's also part of why I was shocked when she ended up back in his own court, because I was like, wait, she didn't even like pay you no mind. And there's a whole thing about how he was blamed for killing one of, I guess, her lovers, and she got blamed for it or something, and then she got sent away. It was just so messy. I'm like, okay, first of all, it's not his fault because Belkin made him do that, but okay, sure. His mom just, never came back around. She was stuck in the Tower of Forgetting for like ever. And then, yeah, toward the end of the book, it shows him as the king, because like in the beginning of the book, they came back as king and queen to handle some lower court stuff. But he almost got trapped into the ogre's lair. Like, he fell down into the hole. And as he was trying to escape, he distracted the old lady, the ogre, by retelling her tale, but in his own way. He was so good at it, so cunning and skilled at like doing that. She was distracted enough where he just pretty much put her in the hole instead when he got out. He didn't kill her because I guess you can understand. He had a little bit of a rapport with her. He's like, I just wanted to survive. I'm not trying to kill her. Then Jude came to the rescue as always because, she's a boss. And she got mad at him. She's like, why did you come here by yourself? Like, what is wrong with you? What? You ain't got the skill to be doing this right now, but thank you anyway, because why not? This was a wrap-up story to the trilogy, and I like that we got to see Cardin's past. Because with the trilogy, you definitely got to see Jude's past, how she had to survive the court. We got to see all of it, how she became the woman that she was. And now it was like, well, here's her spouse, or here is how Cardin came to be. And I like that Holly Black did that. That was a good variation. Her character building and her world building are just awesome, fantastic. I loved everything about it. This is by far one of my favorite series, and I can't wait to read more books that are kind of like this. But that's kind of the review I had. I would give this story a 5 out of 5. Maybe a 4 out of 5 because, there's not more to it, but I feel like if there was more to it, maybe it would be dragged out. It would be maybe one of those things. I don't know. Because you guys know how, like, there's series out there that maybe they should have only been like 2 or 3 books, and they end up being like 10 books, and you're like, okay, I think I had my fill of this series, and I think that's enough. Comment down below if you have books that are like that. I have like 2 series that are like that, and I'm like, maybe it should have just a few. And then that would have been fine because it'd be taking a while to get through those books, man. I hope to continue to draw these characters as well. If you guys want to check me out on Instagram, but I'm on TikTok and I'm definitely on Deviant Art. Please go ahead and check out my art on there. I do illustrations and stuff like that. If you guys are interested, I really appreciate it. And go ahead and check out my other videos. I do other reviews of different stuff. If you guys want me to do a different book review, go ahead and just, give me a shout out. Not just on here, but on my other social media. Just, hit me up. But thank you again for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week.